In the waters of the Persian Gulf, a silent chess game has been unfolding for years. Ships glide across the waves under the scorching sun, but the real battle isn't fought with missiles, torpedoes, or explosions. It is fought in the shadows, in the unseen spaces between radar signals, in the decisions made by commanders thousands of miles away, and in the patience of sailors maintaining a vigilant watch. Today, we dive into the story of the U.S. Navy's invisible win over Iran, strategic victories that rarely make headlines but are reshaping the balance of power in one of the world's most critical regions. This is a story of strategy, technology, psychology, and control. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you will see naval power in a way you never have before. The Persian Gulf is not just a body of water. It is one of the most strategically vital arteries of global commerce and energy supply. Every day, millions of barrels of oil traverse these narrow waterways, making the region an arena of constant tension. Iran, with its fast attack boats, missile batteries along the coast, and sophisticated asymmetrical tactics, has long sought to assert dominance and influence. On the other side, the U.S. Navy operates thousands of miles from home but maintains a vigilant presence. The Navy's approach is not always visible to the public eye. Ships move quietly, drones fly silently, satellites observe constantly, and command centers analyze streams of data in real time. Iran's forces may see shadows of movement on radar, hear communications they cannot fully interpret, and detect signals of power they cannot counter. Every maneuver, every patrol, every strategic placement sends a message. It is not always about engaging in direct conflict, it is about control, deterrence, and shaping behavior without firing a single shot. Military analysts often emphasize that power is not just about firepower. True dominance comes from a combination of technology, strategic placement, intelligence, and psychological influence. The U.S. Navy embodies this philosophy in the Gulf. By carefully positioning carriers, destroyers, and surveillance assets, the Navy creates a web of influence that extends far beyond what anyone can see. Consider it like a grandmaster playing blindfolded chess. Each piece on the board is controlled with foresight, anticipating the opponent's moves several steps in advance. Iran may maneuver aggressively, trying to assert pressure, but the Navy sees the patterns, calculates the outcomes, and reacts precisely to maintain dominance. This silent game requires coordination, discipline, and the constant integration of intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. And the victories are just as real as any fired missile. They prevent conflict before it begins. One of the greatest advantages of the U.S. Navy is its technological superiority. Ships equipped with the Aegis combat system can track hundreds of airborne and maritime targets simultaneously. Satellites provide real-time imagery and monitoring. Drones fly over disputed areas, gathering intelligence that is processed instantly by analysts thousands of miles away. Cyber and electronic warfare units intercept communications and detect threats before they materialize. For Iran, this means that aggressive maneuvers are constantly under observation. Fast attack boats cannot approach undetected. Coastal missile batteries are monitored, and any suspicious activity triggers immediate responses. These technological capabilities give the Navy a form of omnipresence, an invisible hand that shapes behavior without ever being directly confronted. It is power in its most subtle and efficient form. There have been numerous instances where the U.S. Navy exercised this invisible power. In 2019, Iranian fast attack boats approached U.S. warships in the Strait of Hormuz. Onlookers expected a confrontation. Cameras caught the tension, but no shots were fired. Instead, the Navy used tracking, tactical positioning, and non-lethal signals to compel the Iranian vessels to back off. Another example involves surveillance operations. U.S. drones and satellites intercepted smuggling routes for weapons and monitored missile tests along the Iranian coast. These operations were conducted without the public ever noticing. No dramatic explosions, no headlines, but each mission reshaped the operational landscape, forcing Iranian commanders to rethink strategies, allocate resources differently, and maintain heightened vigilance. In essence, these silent victories controlled behavior and created strategic advantages without the cost of combat. Perhaps the most profound aspect of this invisible power is its psychological impact. When forces know they are constantly being observed, tracked, and anticipated, they behave differently. Iran's fast boats cannot act continues, and the unseen victories of the US Navy continue to shape history, proving that dominance does not always announce itself, it often operates in the shadows, where the outcome is certain, even if invisible to the world.